Hello and welcome to this video tutorial about how you should add your geographical data onto the Kartaro web portal. So the first thing we are going to discuss is how we should upload the data onto the server for now. First of all, you should connect with FileZilla, and I have done this already, as you can see. The first thing you have to do is go to your data itself, and we want to add new data about cormorant colonies. So the first thing is that I have to add a new map to make a good structure of. So the first thing I do is add a new map about cormorant data. Then we can just select all the data and drag it inside of the cormorant folder. The server is now uploading the data and it is finished by now. So the next thing we want to do is go to our GeoServer instance. I'm already logged in with the administration account. Then the very first step in GeoServer is to add a new store. And as you can see, there are several options, but we are adding a shapefile for now. So we select shapefile. In this section you would want to add a data store name first, and we will just choose cormorant without a capital to make it easier. So here you can see the cormorant folder that you just created in FileZilla, and the shapefile is in it. Alright, this is that part of adding a store. Next thing is to do save. Now you can see the option of creating a new layer. Right now we want to publish this layer. The first thing you want to do is remove any sort of underscores or anything, because this will give you problems with attribute fields. Alright, that's done. Then the first thing you should do is declare another SRS. This is the projection type you define. I know for this layer that it is 2393, and the reason why I know is because I checked the layer in another program named QGIS, and this program shows you which projection is used for this data. And the next thing you have to do is compute the native bounding box and the let and long bounding box. This is done by simply clicking on the links provided. This will calculate coordinates for your data. Now press the save button and you will see that your layer is added. The final step in GeoServer is that you can check out the layer preview of the layer you've just created. As you can see, it is shown and we want to check it in an open layers view. The data is added and we want to check out any attributes already, which could be useful later on. So that's it for the GeoServer part, and now we can go back to our Kartaro website. In Kartaro you have to go to structure and then choose GeoServer to add your data from GeoServer to your website. The first thing you have to notify is that your GeoServer workspace should be selected. If there is no value in this field, you have to just simply relog your admin account and it will show up again. Now if you want to apply a certain style for your layer, one should first make use of our module that we've created, and this will give you a new style for your layer automatically. So we know that the cormorant data is a polygon data, and let's say we want to make it in a sky blue color. Just click on the retrieve styling code button and now your code is already created. Copy paste all this code and make sure you have it in your clipboard. The next thing to do is go back to GeoServer in Drupal and add a new style at the Styles tab. We press Add and give it a suitable name. So I'm just gonna pick Cormorant for this instance. We can copy paste the styling codes in this field, the SLD field. Once you've pressed save, we can go to layers and add the actual layer data. Add, and then we must select or fill in the correct name, and it's the same as defined into GeoServer. The next thing to do is to select the right type of field, and this is a PostGIS field. Because we already created the style just before, we can now easily select that we want to apply the Cormorant style to this. As a source, it doesn't really matter which map you choose. I'm just gonna choose the default map right now. And the important step in this part is to provide an OpenLayers WFS layer. This will have a link to OpenLayers, as we will show you later on. That's it for the GeoServer part in Drupal. Now your data is already added. The next thing we should do is go to the OpenLayers structure type. And here I can show you that the Cormorant layer should be available in the list of layers. Let's see, okay, here it is. Cormorant WFS, that's the layer that we just created. The next thing that is needed to do is to add it to a map. And let's say we want to edit this on the... If you are experiencing any problems with your data, you can check up on the name of your layer, because this one has to be exactly the same as the one you defined into GeoServer. So in case if you use the capital letter in, you will also have to use a capital letter in Drupal. In Drupal. Alright, so but we didn't use any capitals, so this one is fine. So let's have a look at the maps. Now one should activate the layer on a certain map, and we can just choose whatever map we want for now. Just as a testing example, I will choose the Aronia map. In this map, one can easily just go to layers and styles, scroll a bit down and look for the Cormorant layer. For this case, we want to enable it for sure. Activation is not really required, but we want to show it immediately when the page is loaded. And in a switcher is also something we would like to be able to turn it off and on again. And this is the only thing you have to do to show data on your map. If you want another map, you have to create a new content type, and based on that content type you can also make a new map with the add button. But this is something extra. So let's have a look at the final results of the adding of your data. We use the Aronia map, so I'm browsing to that one right now. And the Cormorant data should be available right now. I believe